What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Hypocritical AF podcast. I am your host, Albert Fig, and it has been a minute. How y'all doing? I'm doing great. Thank you for not asking because I know it doesn't it doesn't make sense because it's pre-recorded, but that's okay. Um, I'm pretty happy right now. I haven't done a solo episode. I feel like it's been about a month or so. We've been knocking all of them out. I think October. I know I've said this before. But I know for a fact this time that October is definitely the most productive month that I've had all year because we did 6 episodes, 2 bonus ones, 6 episodes, 2 mobiles, 2 mobiles, 1 Zoom, 1 in studio. Actually, 2 in studio. Is it 2? 3 in studio. My math is way off. But yeah, so October's been the most productive month. But how y'all doing? It's good to finally get these solo ones back in. You know what I'm saying? Trying out currently, if you're not watching, I'm trying out like a little different angle, kinda. It's just offset a little bit, still the same, but I'm still like adjusting to sitting directly in front of a camera. You know what I mean? Normally I have like over here, but I wanted to get it like a little offset angle until I get like at least 2 different ones. But in the meantime, just trying new things out and just seeing how all this goes. So I hope y'all like it and enjoy it. But yeah, so it's good to have a little solo one and to just sit here and talk a little bit. Let's talk about the last month, October specifically. Amazing time. I mean, fall is my favorite time of the year. I'm not a big fan of winter. I'm not a fan of the summer. Spring is like, all right, I can see why. So I would say spring would be my solid second, but fall is definitely my better time of the year that I enjoy the most. But October, man. Oh, wait, before I even get into all the episodes and everything, happy late Halloween. I hope everybody had a safe and joyful night of Halloween. I know ours was dope. We had a few people over. Um, Lily dressed up the baby. She looked like, well, she had her costume, which we had to confirm is it's not Barbara, okay? It's not the one that we had said in the Halloween special, but it's Lydia. So Lily dressed up as Lydia, and then she had the baby as a little Beetlejuice, and I was like the older Beetlejuice, but a second one or a different version of the Beetlejuice, which I actually got in reference, and I saw that the Weeknd had dressed up as the red suit Beetlejuice a couple years back. So I actually saw that, and I was like, I can do that because I also had that Beetlejuice head, and I had the red, and I had the red suit. So I was like, oh yeah, simple as shit. So I was able to be Beetlejuice again for the second time, double dipping at its best. But so that was fun. We had the Halloween stuff over here. The only thing I didn't like about Halloween this year was that we didn't have a lot of trick or treaters. What's going on? There wasn't like, not even gonna say a lot. So the first year, let me see. Ever since I bought the house, the first year I was excited to pass out candy. I'm talking about I got like a big ass bowl. You know what I'm saying? And I'm thinking it's gonna be cool. It's gonna be fun. We're gonna have a lot of trick or treaters. Maybe I think I had like 11. I remember at that time, maybe 13 at most, but it was like 11, 13. Wasn't really much, you know what I mean? So I didn't get much excitement for that. And the second year, talking about being at the house, right? Second year, wasn't even spent here. It was spent in King City. So this third time around, obviously COVID has a bunch of different things to do with that and affect everything. And obviously it's like people are still weary about everything. But I thought, you know, maybe we'll have at least more, but no, only one group came, and it was like a group of like 4 or 5 kids, and that's it. Dealt the whole night. And mind you, we had bought candy like last minute. Luckily, we didn't get like a crazy big bag. But now we have all this candy left over. I don't eat candy. I can't give the baby candy. You know what I'm saying? What are we supposed to do? I guess when I make a trip back home, I can take it over there. I don't know. What do you do with kind of leftover candy like that? But nonetheless, we had a good time. If y'all haven't checked out that special bonus Halloween episode, make sure y'all do. It was just me and the homie Josh just sitting there, literally on the fly. So it was like, I know for a fact I wanted to do a Halloween special. I wanted to do a Halloween episode. And I was like thinking like dress up for sure or not dress up. And I was like, I didn't have a costume ready. And I was like, I didn't even pick one. Is it really gonna, scheduling wise, is it gonna work? I was busy. I was all over the place. And I was just like, and originally I was supposed to do it with Gil. But I was like literally like I said, scheduled in a bunch of different cities, so it didn't work out. So I hit this fool up last minute, like, yo, you trying to do this? You know what I mean? And I was like, I may not have a costume, I may do it. And then even then, I almost didn't even show up for it because of how late it was in the day. It was like 8 o'clock at night. You know what I mean? When we shot that. And was I drinking a bit? Of course, of course. Come on now. Of course, I was drinking a little bit. Come on now. You know what I mean? Maybe a couple, maybe more than a couple. You know what I mean? I did state that actually in the episode that I have been drinking, and so it's all entertainment on that one, and then that was like the main focus on that. We didn't want to, it wasn't like that type of topics and questions and interview ones that we been accustomed to before in the past. But because this one was a bonus one, I was like, nah, man, let's fucking let's just kind of go off the rip on this one, which I enjoy doing, and it was fun. So make sure y'all check that one out. But on top of all those, it was the other October episodes. Man, like I said, starting with the mobile one. I mean, actually, no, before all that one, starting with the Zoom one that we did. Like I said, the Zoom ones are always like hit or miss. You know what I mean? Like they're great in that they're like really easily and convenient, and as far as like you don't have to really do much or have the setup do much. You know what I mean? But it does suck like in that you don't get that same quality, and also you don't get that same feel. Like I said, it's nothing new that I haven't talked about already. But so we did the Zoom one. That one was fucking dope. And then I think I did that's the mobile ones. The mobile ones that I did next. Yeah, I'm looking at them right now. So the mobile ones. So so this is like true story, right? I went to Humboldt and made the trip out there. It was like 5 hours, right? 5 hours there. And I just was there for the whole day, stayed the night, and then left in the morning. I think in total from the time I left my house to the time I got back, it was 28 hours. So I literally just went. Well, not just went. I shouldn't say just went because I definitely enjoy their time and I enjoy kicking it with them. But I went to go do the episode with Mix, right? Fresh Mix and Jasmine. And then, while I was there, they had suggested an idea or been like, yo, what would be really cool is if we put you behind the hot seat or in the hot seat, metaphorically, I guess you would say. But like we'll put you're the one that will be interviewed, and we get to let the viewers or the audience know you a little more. And I was like, oh shit, it wasn't planned, it wasn't part of the idea, but we ended up doing those 3 episodes in one day and one night. So drove all the way over there, did them back to back to back, and then drove back, had it spread out evenly. And that bonus episode, the one that was like getting to know me a little more, that one was, excuse me. Wait, no, that's a fake sneeze. That one was just, it was cool. I'm really enjoyed it. I did that one too. I know we didn't get like crazy in depth into a bunch of different things because my story can fucking go on forever, and I got hours on hours and hours on that. And there's plenty of more time to do that, especially since in these we do them every week. So it was cool to do that one. So if you haven't checked that one out either, definitely go check that one out if you want to know a little bit more background stuff or my thought process on a few things. And that was also that one that I was telling you about, the one with me. That shit was at midnight, bro. So especially after doing 2 other ones. So so it was just definitely some work. But I enjoy that too. Like that's what I like more about doing all this too, is that the workload of doing everything and having all this created and started it is a lot. It takes a lot of time. It's time consuming, it's draining. Sometimes it's it can get in the way a lot with family time. And so it's definitely a whole nother thing, I would say. It's not easy is what I'm trying to say, but I enjoy that. I enjoy the workload. I enjoy the process of creating and coming up with new things and doing those type of things, like those mobiles, and doing things on the fly. Why? Because I know that in the long run, eventually, and I'm hopeful that one day it'll all pay off, and we're able to get there to the upper echelon level. Wishful thinking, but come on, we got to speak it into existence. And yeah, so I'll tell you what though too. Speaking about that, there's like 3 things you can't say. You can't say, and not that people are saying this, so I don't want to get that misconstrued, but you can't say I don't work hard for it, because that's just facts. You know what I'm saying? You can't say I'm not consistent, because I'm actually ahead of schedule. I'm a month and a half ahead of schedule. Remember when I first started this, at the very beginning, I said I want to do this consistently every single week for 1 year and get that first year underneath my belt, and just to kind of, get the wheels underneath me, or my legs underneath me, so to speak, when it comes to doing stuff like this, because I know that it's not it's a marathon, not a sprint. It's a long run. So especially when you speak something into existence and you put it out there in the universe that you're gonna do this consistently for 52 weeks. You know what I'm saying? When you do something like that, you gotta put that work in. So if you notice, episode 52 was with my homie Chim the Mess, right? Solid dude, solid fucking dude, solid episode. Hope y'all check that one out. It's definitely, for me personally, it was motivating, because that's someone that I looked into what he was doing, and I was just like, yo, I'm on the same fucking wavelength as you, and I'm on the same vibe for sure. And also, I see what you're doing, I applaud what you're doing, and I also want to emulate that, and put that same hustle and that grind into what I'm trying to do. So definitely check out that one. But that was episode number 52, and that was a few weeks ago. The 1 year mark is coming up quick. Like I said, we're still about a month and some change away. So I'm ahead of schedule with the bonus episode that dropped on Halloween, with more episodes to come and more bonus episodes to come. So more to come, I should say, or more to follow. So you can't tell me I'm not consistent, because I'm like I said, ahead of schedule, and I don't plan on fucking stop. You feel me? So, and then the last thing I would say, number 3, is you can't say I'm not switching it up. I could do the same. I could do weekly episodes, the solo ones, have a few people on here and there, or get, the same homies on here and everything. Not that I'm not going to, because I definitely will. But you can't say that I'm not thinking out of the box with everything, because I've done the mobiles. I've done the event ones. I've done bonus ones. I've gone on the road in people's living rooms for some. I've gone outside with painted pumpkins, with more to follow. And on top of that too, there was still other ones that we were supposed to do for Cinco de Mayo at a restaurant, and we were literally in the works for everything, and that one fell through. We were in the works of setting up another live episode potentially at a coffee shop, which is still in the works, so I don't want to bash that or anything, but that's like another direction we're going with. We were able to set up a live taping with it's not the biggest audience in the world, but we still had a few, close friends at a barbershop, and set that one up all within the 1 year. So you can't tell me I'm not trying to be stagnant. You know what I'm saying? So sorry for all that, but I just had to ramble on about that. But check out those previous episodes if you haven't done them. And yeah, random. Okay, side note, how's my skin looking, y'all? All right. Now, if you're just listening, I get it. You can't see, but I'm just in the middle of a 72-hour fast. And whenever I do these, my face gets all cleared up and looks really good. So I just had to tell y'all. And also, 72-hour fasts, if you haven't done them, I don't recommend like every single week, but like every other month or so, or even if it's just once, maybe okay, once a month may be excessive. Maybe every other month. Try some shit out, bro. Clean out your system, get the inflammation down. You feel me? Get those fluids in you, and try to live a better, healthier lifestyle. And if you can't do 72, no big deal. Do 48, And if you've never done that, do a 24. Do a 24-hour one. It's simple. Once you get the biggest hurdle is that first 24 hours. Once you get past that 24 hours, it gets like your body's like, all right, it's struggling a bit, but it'll adjust eventually. And then for me personally, it's like right when I get to like the 60-hour mark, that's when it's kind of draining. You know what I'm saying? You might get like a light headache and everything, but you could drink coffee, black coffee. No coffee with like cream and sugar. You could drink black coffee. If you're going to drink that one straight, do it that way. But side note with that. But yeah, I hope everybody had a good Halloween. Hello November. If you are participating in No Nut November, I don't know why. Life is too short. Don't do that. Secondly, if you're gonna do No Shave November, I would say, what area of the body are you talking about? You know what I'm saying? If it's down there, if it's below the equator, and you want to roll with that for a month, hey man, or hey girl, or hey you, do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Do your thing. But yeah, November, December, like I said, I'm pretty excited for this 1 year mark to come up, and I'm thinking about like I have some ideas. So I linked up with the homie Yuli last week. I love it when we can link up because the way our brains work creatively and the directions that we want to go, I feel like they align very well. So we mesh well and we work together good too. So we're constantly hitting up each other for like ideas and like, yo, what should we do about this? Or I'm more so like picking his brain, it, getting an ideas of like, what should we do with this videography wise, photography wise, or scenery wise, and just stuff like that. You know what I mean? So we linked up with him, bro, and we came up with like, we got some stuff in the works potentially that I think will be really exciting and would kind of broaden the audience and kind of bring in more content and bring in more eyes and earballs. Did I say that right? Earballs? I meant eyeballs and ears to the podcast, and help it grow. And we were bouncing ideas back and forth of like, yo, what should we do for the 1 year mark? And like I said, I came up with a few ideas. I know I have a few of them that are there, and it's just a matter of actually putting the motions and sets in play. But what do y'all think? Let me know. Like, what do y'all think would be good for the 1 year anniversary of the episode? Because I want to do something. I want to do like another hands-on event type of thing, or doing something while we're recording. And like I said, I got a few things in mind, but it would help me if y'all can like fucking DM me and message me some ideas. You feel me? And yeah, so shouts out to Yuli on that. And I'm glad we were able to link up with plenty more to follow. Don't get it twisted, okay? But anyway, so there's a few things that I wanted to hit on and touch bases on. Hit on? That sounds fucking weird. But so I listened to this interview on this podcast, right? And it's exclusively on Spotify. So if you don't have Spotify, I apologize. If you don't know who I'm talking about or what I'm going to be talking about, I apologize. But I recommend you guys listen to it if you guys get a chance. So DJ Akademiks has his podcast, right? And he has it exclusively on Spotify. And I watched his most recent episode. Well, actually, I should say I listened to his most recent episode that he did with Brittany Renner. Now, if you don't know who Brittany Renner is, she is I would call her an IG Instagram model slash influencer slash author slash creative slash hustler. For a fact, I'll give her all that. She says that she hopped on Instagram in 2012, which is nearing a decade. And she's, and also former professional athlete, professional soccer player, like I said, author, published author at that. And I listened to let me give a little more for that too. So, recently she's been getting like a bad rep and got a lot of heat for her public life or private life, I could say, when it comes to her family. And, she had to give a quick summary on this. It's just, she was in a relationship and she was married to this NBA player. And they had a kid together. And then shortly after, they split. That's life. Shit happens. That's not the story there, It's the freaking wave of shit that she started, or flack, I would say, that she started getting after all that, And she's, admittedly, when she talks about in the interview, she plays into that villain role and gets looked at a certain way. And I thought it was a really good dynamic, or a really good take on both sides of the spectrum on this one, because in this side you have this female who, what I would say, she's only been putting out on the internet, on Instagram, what you guys want to see. That's with anything. Everybody does that, right? So she talks about like Instagram being like, it's not real. That's like her playground, and that's she only puts out what she wants y'all to see. But in this dynamic that you have DJ Akademiks, which he goes hard in the paint for, I ain't gonna lie, he goes in on a few things. But it's interesting because he gives his perspective and his dynamic on her own life and her own business without even really even knowing the gist of everything and all the details for everything. But I think it's interesting because he's not only speaking for himself, but he's actually speaking for a lot of people on the internet. And, you can take that with a grain of salt. You don't have to take that like, oh, like it's just the internet, a bunch of people behind a computer or their phones. And a lot of them are bots, or a lot of people are trolls. And that's true. But he's speaking from their perspective. You know what I mean? And there's a few times where she'll be like, what do you say? And you could tell there's like the shift there. But I thought it was interesting dynamic because it does show there is a lesson learned from that, is that you're critiquing, meaning him. You are getting, he's getting his perception, and he's getting his opinions based off of public information, meaning like what has either been put out there, what she's allowed to have been put out there, or what is going out there to the masses. So there's two sides to one story, and then there's the truth. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? So it was interesting to see them go back and forth and kind of clear the air on a few things while still putting their opinions for a few things. And yeah, I thought the conversation itself was a great conversation. I thought there was pieces that a lot of people can learn from and talk about, and it does really, kind of give insight, or at least I felt like it gave insight to what social media is, and that is just a bunch of opinions from people that don't matter or who are non-existent in your personal lives. But it shows how it can also affect your way of thinking, because in that same conversation that she's saying, like, you don't know me, the people don't know me, Instagram doesn't know me, they only see what I want you guys to see. You can see how it does change. It did change at least a mindset, and it did kind of put on a different lane or create a new path. And like I said, that she's playing into right now, which is that villain role. And I don't want to put words in either of them their mouths. And I'm not a fucking I'm not a blogger. I'm not a journalist. I'm not a person that's fucking out here looking, trying to scoop in a story or stuff like that. I'm just a regular ass person that just enjoyed the conversation and was giving my 2 cents in it. The 2 cents that nobody asked for, but yeah, I'm here on a podcast doing it. Oh, and you know when when a podcast is good. This is how you know when a podcast is good and you are invested in it, is when you find yourself like listening to it, on the speakers, on the drive, at home with headphones, or at the gym, or whatever, whatever scenery you can paint. You find yourself engaging in the conversation without physically being there, right? So like it feels like you're there because you're like, you might be chiming in like, no, 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 or yeah, 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 or yeah, that's right, or like, nah, no, this was wrong, or might being like, you know what I mean, like just chiming in audibly, but you're not there, and that's why like a lot of people will say like a podcast is like you're feeling like you're the third chair, when it comes to like two people there, or if it's by myself, you feel like you're just in the background, and chiming in. So I found myself doing that with this episode. I mean, the one I'm talking about. I found myself doing that and being like yeah, 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 or like, nah, bro, nah, that's wrong. And it was entertaining, it was fun, there was some heated moments, and I'm not here to fucking. This isn't no promo for them or anything like that. It was just saying like, yo, if you guys would love to listen to a good conversation with great perspectives, and or if you're fucking nosy and you just want all that cheese, man, I mean, they go in on it, So I won't say that they do go in on it. That's a fact, And after listening to that one, I actually started listening to the Druski episode, So if you don't know who Druski is, I mean, well, how would you say? Let's see. Let me try to let me see. I would say comedian first, comedic tone on Instagram, a personality on Instagram. He's been on music videos with Jack Harlow. He's been in music videos with Drake, Shiggy. You know what I'm saying? So he makes appearances and stuff like that. But it was an interesting story that he was giving because he talks about his background and how we got into everything, right? That's what me personally, myself being a podcast host, I get interested in people's backgrounds and to talk about how they got to where they're at or where they're going to be. I'm just interested. Yeah, maybe just curious. Would be the word. I guess both is fine, curious and interested. But it was good to hear him talk about like when he first linked up with Jack Harlow and when he went on tour with them, and they found out that he's from Atlanta. And he talked about like one of the first few times he was messaging him, he was like, I'll pull up right now and this and that. And he says like that, they shared locations and that they're only fucking 2 miles from each other in the same like area. And he went on tour with him and he didn't get paid for it. It was like 2 months tour. He was just saying like, yo, he's like, I wasn't actually getting paid. He's like, I was being fed. They were paying me in food or anything. But I didn't make no money. I was just on tour with them. I was hosting. I was doing all this. And the return that you would get on it is the exposure, the notoriety, the familiar faces, and just having that opportunity to network. You know what I'm saying? So he talks about like how he couldn't even pay his rent because of that, but he took a chance on himself. You know what I'm saying? And that's respectable in and of itself. And he talks about like how he doesn't want to move to LA. Like he'll come to LA for like a few business things, 1 or 2 days, 3 days, and but he'll go back to Atlanta. And he say he doesn't want to be in LA every day because of the environment. You know, it is toxic as fuck. As great as it is, don't get me wrong, but it can also be detrimental to your career. You know, not a lot of people could do that. And I know you're thinking, what the do you know? And then I would say you're right. I don't know. I'm just going off of what people say in interviews. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, he talks about him staying in Atlanta intentionally, and just about just stuff like that. Like I said, it was a good interview and a good conversation too. Funny too. Like I said, he keeps it funny. There's definitely a comedic tone. Um, but it was one thing that I was just like, yo, super cool to like listen to, because it also gave me like some motivation too. You know what I'm saying? Like I always love listening to or seeing things and finding motivation on just like the little things. You know what I'm saying? Like when I talked to Chim, I saw what he was doing on a weekly basis, which I can relate to too, and what he'd been putting out, and all the stuff that he was dabbling in and is still in it. And it was just motivating for me, and that's why I wanted to link up with him and have a convo with him. So I found motivation in him. I found motivation with that, and same thing with these interviews. I found motivation in that, and just got me being like, yeah, for sure, like let's get on the right track. Let's finish off the 72-hour fast strong, because it fucking sucks. You know what I'm saying? And yeah, so definitely check those twos out if y'all haven't. I'm a little sad right now on the group chat right now. The group chat going off a bit because we found out that one of our players, as a Raiders fan, one of our players was involved in a fucking DUI crash that was left someone fatally wounded. Basically, someone died, yo. All right, which sucks. Shouts out to fucking not no shouts out is definitely not the word. I apologize, but condolences to their family. But Henry Ruggs, bro, what are you doing? 22 years old, Vegas. I mean, what are you doing? A RAV4? How do you not see a RAV4? But we were just talking about all that in the group chat. But it sucks. It sucks. Like I said, RIP to that person. I don't even know all the full details about it, but we're just going off on the fucking group chat. So that sucks. But yeah, these solo ones. What time is it anyway? We got a good amount in. Listen, like I say all the time, the solo ones are just I like to just get in these and talk about a few things, but I like to keep them short, and I'm consistent with keeping them short because the data and the numbers will show that they're not exactly the best, and they don't get all the attention, and a lot of people don't fuck with them, unfortunately. But that's okay, because we'll get y'all one day. We'll get there one day, okay? We'll get there one day. All right. But anyway, I hope y'all are getting ready for the holidays. I hope y'all are getting your family time in. I hope y'all are enjoying these podcasts. The 1 year anniversary is coming up. Let me know what we can do. Shoot me some ideas. And as always, I'm Albert Fig. Y'all stay safe. Peace.